Driscoll is tall for a featherweight. It's John O'Neill. I watched him the other night commentating on a fight in Philadelphia, so here he is in Italy. Yeah, Driscoll's not giving away. He's tall for a featherweight, so is Stecca, and you know, they're both similar in size, physique. I haven't seen Maurizio as a professional. Watched him as an amateur. Interesting to see how he's developed and how his technique has changed, or if it's changed at all.
So round one then. This is a scheduled 12-round World Championship fight. Tim Driscoll in the black with the white band. Stecca in the white. Chini. See the crest of the City of London in front of Timmy Driscoll's waistband.
Timmy's always been a slow starter, very good stamina as the fight goes on, but he's very young and as far as experience is concerned to be getting the title fight. And obviously watch how the fight develops, but he is he's a bit slow, and you watch how he's fallen short there with punches. Stecca's always been very alert. Watch, he never takes his eyes off Driscoll. Good at judging the distance between himself and his fighter. Fast jabs, good counter puncher, was as an amateur anyway. And he's learned how to move that upper body too to get out of the way of punches. Doesn't really move the legs a great deal, just pulls his upper body in and out of the way it means a punch landing or missing.
I think Timmy Driscoll's appearance in this ring is, well, of course it's due to his own talent, but a certain measure due to the astuteness of his manager Barry Hearn as well. But good luck to him. If he can seize this opportunity, he'll be set for life. But it's a tough task taking on an Italian in an Italian ring, irrespective of whether the judges and other officials are supposed to be neutral. Not happen like that in Italy, and I'd be happier if Tim Driscoll was a big puncher, and he isn't, so he's got a tough job to make.
He certainly has. Those gloves that they're using there, they're called Leone gloves. They use them in the only place that they use them is in Italy, and I think they're made in Milan. They're a sort of a combination of foam and horsehair, and they really do suit a guy that's a puncher. Remind me somewhat of the American glove Everlast, but they're not a puncher's gloves. They're bigger, and they're inclined to be a bit ponderous, and the good hitters don't like to use them.
I thought the hitters like those Mexican gloves, the Reyes gloves.
They like to wear the Reyes gloves, which are a puncher's glove. Yeah. See the way that Tim's falling short here. He really is out of range at the moment, and Stecca's just playing it very cool, very easy opening round, just to sort of size each other up. Stecca and just feeling out what Driscoll's like here, popping him with the jab every now and again, just doing as he pleases. Very even around. Nice bit of confidence from Timmy Driscoll here. Clash of heads in a
casino nightclub. Well, we're back in one time. Must be typecasting us again, Darren, putting us in nightclubs. Round two.
Absolutely. The one good thing about it is it's just a fairly small and compact audience, and it's a good old atmosphere. Can't be good for Driscoll because they're all against him. I did mention there in the interval between the rounds that it was Umberto Sosa. In fact, his manager must be the famous Umberto Branchini. He's managed so many fighters in the past from Italy. Yeah, fairly even first round. Both feeling each other out, and good stuff.
Yes, good start from Driscoll's second round.
The way to fight and beat Maurizio Stecca is to come at him, just stay on top of him, constant pressure, keep popping the jab, giving him lots of head movement. You keep the head in one place, just stay on top of him. Just got hit on the break there, so Joe O'Neill's giving him a bit of a ticking off. Timmy allowing Stecca to push him back. Can't do that. He's got to come forward. Put Stecca on his back foot. Though he is a counter puncher, he doesn't like being pressed, doesn't like being pressured. Timmy's chopping a couple of good right hands there.
Well, we know from past experience that one thing Driscoll does not lack is bottle. Amazing to think that his last title fight was for the Southern Area title against Johnny B. Good, and here he is just a matter of months later fighting for the world title. Such is boxing.
He's not overawed here. He's having a go.
No, he's fighting well.
Got to do. He's boxing in fairly even terms in the first round. This round is definitely going to Stecca. Stecca's landed the cleaner, harder punches. He's got to toss more punches, Driscoll. He's not throwing enough leather. And if he's going to stay out there, he's got to throw punches. He's been a bit over official there.
Was ever thus, I'm afraid, when you're in an Italian ring. So, end of the second. We'll take a break. Back in a minute. Welcome back. David Brenner, Barry McGuigan with you in Campione d'Italia. We're watching round 3 of this WBO World Featherweight title fight between the defending champion Maurizio Stecca of Italy in the white and the Londoner Tim Driscoll in the black.
Look the way Driscoll's jabbing there. Look, his legs they don't actually move. When he jabs, he just flicks it. He doesn't actually come forward with it. He just flicks it and stands in one position. You know, the jab is used to set your opponent up. You've got to hit him with the jab. No point in just pawing it out there, because he'll come over the top with counter punches. If he realizes after a while that you're not actually pushing that jab out properly, just pawing with it, he just walks straight through it. Got to come forward and snap that jab, step in with the feet and make it count. You know, just lots of courage. That's more like it. He's got to put pressure on him. Throw punches. If he's going to stand out there, let him go. Stecca just slowly but surely wearing Driscoll down here, picking him off with punches. Driscoll landing his fair share in this round.
Yeah, he's getting through with the odd good shot, but his most of his jabs seem to be well short.
Yeah, he's not consistent enough. He's not throwing enough punches. He's throwing sort of one for every one of Stecca's 3. Stecca walked on with a nice little right hand there. Good one from Timmy, but he's got to throw more of them. Keep that left hand up too. There he goes, pawing with that jab, and he's really sticking it out and just pawing with it, trying to tee up the right hand. Round 3, he's in puncher.
I bet you'd have fancied him.
Absolutely, he's not what you would call a worthy champion. He's a WBO version of the champion. He just looks a bit weak. He's not what you would call a real tough champion, a real tough puncher either. Driscoll holding his own with him, and he hasn't really hurt Driscoll yet. He's hit him with plenty of punches, but hasn't really hurt him. And his style hasn't changed a great deal, Stecca, from his amateur days. Just sort of throws light combination punches, and he's giving him a warning.
Oh, well, John O'Neill, I don't know, I don't agree with that. A point has been docked for, well, what you saw Driscoll do there, swing his opponent around and tap him with a little right hand up. I think John O'Neill making a bit of a meal of that, but what can you do?
I think he was much too much over the top. He didn't. He just pulled him around or turned him around, and Stecca was as much to blame as Driscoll was.
Well, that means that Driscoll, if he loses this round, it will be by a 10-8 margin. A word about the scoring. It's a 10-point must system. Winner of the round gets 10 points. The loser gets 9. Or if it's been particularly one-sided, or if there's been a knockdown, it gets 8. So that was not a good thing to happen to Tim Driscoll.
I guess they're fencing and sort of picking at each other, trying to get through each other's defence and score a few light punches. There's no real damaging punches been thrown, and it must be frustrating for the crowd. Stecca's slowly ahead of Driscoll here, but it's still a fairly close fight. There's no great shakes in it. I mean, there's a round. That's about it. And then, of course, the fact that Driscoll has been docked a point here, it's put Stecca in a bigger lead. But I'm not really that impressed with Stecca. He's a fencer rather than a puncher.
It's one of those fights that, had it been taking place at York Hall in Bethnal Green, you'd have probably given Driscoll the 3 completed rounds so far. As it is, you'd probably say that Stecca was on his way to building up a wee lead at the moment.
Yeah, but Driscoll's getting into the fight more now. He's given him plenty to think about. And although Stecca's moving around and probably outscoring Driscoll, Driscoll even fancies the job himself. You see him putting his hands up as he goes back to the lead before he'll get the decision. And even then, you're not exactly sure. But Driscoll now fancies that he can take Stecca. He's willing to exchange with him. Changing from southpaw to orthodox and back again. Just a tough spar here, isn't it? In the alley, shuffle in the corner. Driscoll's starting to get on his bike in this round. Wrong tactics. You should go at Stecca. Stecca doesn't like being pressed back. Stay on top of him, throw punches.
I know I should be watching Stecca's fist, but I'm inexorably drawn to what he's got written across his bottom, and it looks like blind date. I'm sure it can't be, unless it's after one.
Maybe Silla's got in touch with him.
Blind date, here we go. My name was Maurizio and I'm a boxer. That was a good little right from Driscoll there, across over the top of the guard.
Starting to let a few punches go. So he's got to do.
Yeah, he's roughing Stecca up a little bit inside, and that's good.
Get close to him and let him go bang. Just keep throwing off. Of course, he's cut.
Yeah, he's cut. Left eye.
There you go.
And this was by far and away his best round of date.
Yeah, he looked like he was getting through to Stecca. Stecca's now cut him, and he can rest assured that he'll start working on that cut roughing him over on the inside, pulling his head down, rubbing his glove into the seam of his glove into him, trying to work on that cut.
And it looks a nasty one on the eyelid. Driscoll's a little bit prone to this.
Stecca again getting through with the cleaner punches. Watch him, little right uppercut as he comes forward. Good chopping left hooks and right hands, and they're not that damaging the punches, but they all count. And Driscoll must be feeling bad at this. He's knowing that he's cut. He'll have felt the blood. That's what it's like when you're in there, when you can feel the blood actually running down. You know, oh, you can hear the crowd roaring. You can see your man looking at you. His eyes are sort of double the size. You know there's something wrong. Frustrating round for Timmy. He was getting landed with that right hand.
It was a good round from him. I gave him that round. Well, we're coming up to the halfway stage of this scheduled 12-rounder. And I say scheduled with a touch of hesitancy because, of course, Driscoll now cut.
I wonder what way Timmy will handle this cut. Will he make him do what he's doing now, go back, or will he actually start to have a go for Stecca? Stecca's certainly sharp, and he's cute. And what he does on the inside, he doesn't actually work at all on the inside. Just pulls Driscoll around, pulls his head down, or roughs him up, and then steps back out. Doesn't get involved at all on the inside. Hasn't learned to fight yet on the inside, and obviously isn't interested in learning how to fight in close. Stops punching, walks away, starts all over again. Like most Italians, likes to keep the fighter at a distance. So just what he's got to do, he's got to throw punches from long range. If he's not going to move forward, he's got to let them go from out there. Even if he misses with one or two, he might tag Stecca with that right hand or long left hook.
Well, the eye's starting to bleed again. You can probably see that. Those of you sitting at home watching this. The Driscoll left eye.
Clash of heads there.
Yeah.
And Stecca actually thought he was cut himself. Rubbed his eye to make sure.
Nice little clipping right counter from Driscoll there as the Italian boy came in. And you can see that Stecca is being very careful to keep his own head out of harm's way. I'm not impressed with John O'Neill, I've got to say. It's every warning he gives to Driscoll.
Yeah, he seems to be like a house referee, doesn't he? It must be annoying for Driscoll, but he must have known that it was all stacked against him when he was invited out there to fight for the title.
Well, when you've got a world title shot, you go wherever it is. You go to hell and back, you got a shot at the world title.
Absolutely, but you got to go for it. And Timmy's holding back too much. He's got to have a go at Stecca. And his punches fly. It's better.
End of the sixth. We'll take a break. Join us again in a moment. Round 7. We're on the back stretch now. And Tim Driscoll has done well to get this far, I think. And of course, although you've got to realistically say he's behind on points now. Remember, he had a point docked in round 3 for some misdemeanor that was apparent then as John O'Neill Jr. But he's had his problems, and he's, in addition to having a point docked, he got his left eye cut in the 5th round, but he's still there. And while you're there, you've got to have a chance.
Yeah, what worries me, he's not a great puncher, Dave. He's not a big puncher, not a big hitter. And West Windsor was sort of home straight in the fight. He's got to be able to hurt Stecca to beat him. And he hasn't had a good round so far. He hasn't, although he's hit Stecca with some good shots, he hasn't really hurt him, knocked him back, put him on his back foot. He just hasn't thrown enough punches. Given a good account of himself up to now, but he's just starting to slowly drift behind. Stecca's taking a demanding lead now.
Although Stecca is world champion, and you must give him some sort of respect for being a world champion, albeit only of the WBO crown. When you think of some of the featherweights around in the world at the moment, the division is particularly strong. Some of them, I think, of half a dozen guys who would eat him for breakfast.
Absolutely. He's, I don't think he's, I mean, I feel that the title has been somewhat diluted now because the world title is, no doubt, is diluted because there are so many versions and so many variations to it that it has had to be weakened. But there are some good featherweights out there, and there are sort of half a dozen in the American sort of top 10 that would eat him for breakfast, as you said, Dave. Just wouldn't live with them. He was knocked out by Louis Espinosa, the former super bantamweight champion, knocked Spark out, and I have no doubt that there are many Americans who do exactly the same too. But as you say, such is the state of boxing now that it's become easy to win a version of the title. And there we have Stecca now starting to really get on top of Driscoll, hurting a few times with the right hand there. And for the first round, Stecca's looking marginally impressive.
Driscoll very heavily marked around that left eye. Picked up a cut, remember, on the left eyelid in round 5. Heavily bruised under the eye now.
Now, big round for Stecca.
Coming up for the start of round 8. Yes. 12 rounder for the WBO version of the World Featherweight Championship. Stecca, Italian in white, defending his title against Britain's Tim Driscoll. That's who's doing it for the Italians. Francesco.
Yeah, he's pushing Driscoll back now. Starting to hit him with some good combinations. Watch how much more effective Stecca is when he comes forward. Good sign that he's not good going back. We haven't seen him being pushed back, but the times that Driscoll did have a rush at him, he seemed to be at 6s and 7s, but he hasn't done enough of it. And Stecca's really beginning to take over. Driscoll's looking worse, but much the worse for wear now. His eyes getting more marked every round, and he has been hurt in that last round with a couple of good right hands. Freddie King there urging him on, come on, you better have a go, son. But again, he stopped that long right uppercut and right on the nose. And look at the blood now coming out of his nose as well. It's in a bad shape. Just looking tired, missing with his punches. First sign of fatigue is that actually telegraphing punches and showing him. Get that hand back up, leaving his chin exposed.
And as you know yourself only too well, Barry, when you surrender control of a bout to another man, when you allow someone to come forward and do what he wants to do, it's so difficult to get the initiative back again. Yeah,
you can't get it back unless you're an exception. In fact, there's another good right hand. Driscoll's legs shook there right to the ground. Referee's having a long look at that. Yeah. Not looking good.
I've got to say that in the last couple of rounds, the last round and a half, Stecca really has moved up a notch, and he's looking a useful fighter now. Having said that, Driscoll is a bit tired and a bit bruised and battered.
You got to look at Tim, where Tim stands, and as far as class is concerned, he really shouldn't be in there fighting for a world title at all. But he's put up a great fight, and put up a good old show of it all. But he's starting to get beaten up now. And Stecca has moved up a gear, but being a world champion, you would expect that.
And Stecca starting to do pretty much as he likes now.
Absolutely. He won't finish it with one punch. He's just slowly chopping Driscoll apart.
And you can see Freddie King in Driscoll's corner looking very thoughtful, very pensive. End of round 8, 4 to go. And I guess realistically you would have to say whether it's touch and go, whether Driscoll can make the full trip.
Stecca's not a great hitter, but he's a consistent puncher.
What we do know is that Driscoll will go on fire as long as he's able to. He won't ask any favours off the referee at all. He's not the man to go looking for somewhere to hide.
Stecca again taking a rest in this round. Hasn't pressed it, just stayed back. Driscoll, see what Driscoll had left to offer. He's now starting to pick it up again.
Freddie King has done a hell of a good job on that left eye.
Yeah. See, Stecca doesn't like it around the body either. Good right hand, good uppercut right hand. Good combinations, good quick hands, there's no doubt. He's accurate with his punches too.
I can remember, I think it was an Italian. You fought for the defended when you were European champion, defended at the Albert Hall, knocked him over in one round.
That was actually a Frenchman.
Frenchman was it?
And I fought a Spaniard in the Albert Hall. I fought a Frenchman in Wembley. And it was the night that Dublin or Ireland played England. And there was a lot of my fans in Wembley, and they ran over to the arena. And
it was all over.
They didn't make it, and so they were disappointed, I can tell you.
I would say Stecca would be a reasonable European champion, perhaps, in a poor year, but with the best will in the world too, not world class.
Well, I have absolutely no doubt that young Colin McMillan, the British champion, will beat him. I think McMillan has gone on for greater things. He's really classy, and while Stecca is fast and accurate, he's not a big puncher. I mean, of course, McMillan has been accused of not being a puncher. How much more he can do? That's it all over.
No. Well, I'm not sure from our vantage point whether Freddie King has pulled Driscoll out, or whether John O'Neill has saved him the bother and stopped it himself. But as the crowds of champion come up, we can see Tim Driscoll looking worse for wear. End of the 9th, and it's all over. Let's see if I can make out what the MC says. No, I can't. Well, either O'Neill stopped it or Freddie King.
No, I think Freddie actually pulled him out.
Said enough with